All right. Hey, welcome everyone. Eric Coffie here, the host of the GovCon Giants podcast. And we are doing something a little bit different today. I want to welcome, we've got three groups that are going to be joining us tonight. We've got our YouTube crowd that's joining us. So welcome everyone from the YouTube channel. We have our Facebook crowd that's joining us from Facebook. So if you're in Facebook, give us a hello, a wave. And then for the very first time, we're streaming live and we're tagging in the LinkedIn folks out there. So I just want to welcome everybody here. Welcome to our channel. This is the first time ever that I'm streaming on LinkedIn. And so I hope that those of you who are watching us, who've seen some of our posts and the things that we've done out here, I love how Yvette already showed up to the party ready to go. And so that's exciting. She says, listen, if you want to deep dive into opportunities, enjoy free guidance. It's great. If you crave more, join Academy 3.0. And so thank you for that, Yvette, sharing. Yes, we do have training programs available. It's called Academy 3.0. And so, yes, thank you, Yvette, for that. So if it's the first time that you've ever been to a live show that I've done, we always treat this like as if we're at an actual conference, at an actual event. And so I want to say to those out there, first and foremost, tell us who you are, tell us about your business, and tell us a little bit like maybe the city or the state that you're from, whatever you feel comfortable sharing with the audience out there, because this is being recorded and streamed. And so the people coming behind you will have the opportunity to find out more about you and your business. And so again, it's very exciting to share and to know and to connect with folks. And then when we're going through the opportunities that we look at today, then I can actually relate to people. And yes, hold on, my man Matthew says fall is here. That's right, Matthew. So Matthew's paying attention, right? You see the fall, Matthew? You see fall is here? So let's see who else we have. Gilbert and Sons, welcome. Let's see, Virginia. Hey, Virginia. How's it going? Nadina, Maria. What else do we have out here? April. Look at that. Oh, my man Liam. By the way, if you do not know this guy, you should follow him. Okay. We're going to be featuring him really soon in an upcoming episode. He did join us in my last live session. So if you don't know Liam, definitely you want to follow him. How's my sound? Could somebody give me feedback on my sound? Let me check my text message, see if anyone says anything about my sound. Debbie's here. What's up? All right, LeBron McClay. Now, remember, tell us about your business. Tell us what is it that you do? I want to know what you do, because when I'm looking at these opportunities that I'm going to share momentarily on SAM, right, I want to make sure that we talk about things that are applicable to folks that are watching. So again, let us know about your business. What is it that your business does? And also let us know where you're at. Excited to be sharing on LinkedIn for the first time. Tell us who you are, like Maria says. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what's your business. We don't care about your certification, so do not tell us about your certification. All right? That's our rule in here. I'm training you, preparing you for success, right? So one of the things that when I was at WeBank conference in Atlanta a few months ago, I sat down, had a conversation with a buyer, and he said to me, that if he's interviewing a small business and they mention their certification more than 2 times, he does not call them back. So please do not tell me about your certification. I don't care what certifications you have. I'm more concerned about what your business does well. What can you provide? What goods, what services, what products? Not yet the solutions, the problem that you solve, but just tell me, Liz, what is it that you guys do well, right? So that way we know how best we can serve you, help you, support you in what capacity. So again, Alvin Dixon says, Utah painting contractor. Very simple, straight to the point. Love it, right? So again, if you're in Utah, you're looking for a painting contractor, my man Alvin's the guy to call. Who else do we have out here? Who else? All right. DEMA Tactical, organization built to empower disabled veterans in the workforce. Good. Love it. I love it. Look at my man Liam. Shorepoint Contracting provides full cycle federal sales and distribution for defense aircraft component OEMs targeting DLA out of Boston. By the way, if you don't know, Liam is, I think, 19 years old. Yeah. So he nailed it. He nailed it on the head. All right. What else? Who else do we have out here? Florida. J Rock says fins up. I had to share that on there. All right. Tell me. All right. Trucking dispatch, trucking short, long distance, nursing services. That's what I'm talking about. Ames Transport, interstate trucking out of Jacksonville, Florida, Duval. Who else do we have? Project management, construction management, QA, QC, special inspections. Now we're talking. All right. Teddy Jackson, Chicago, painting. All right. What else? All right. We got Mr. Jingles over here. What's going on, John Coffie? All right. Look, see, we've already got people connecting. Matthew says, Marcus, let's connect. So again, if you tell us what you do, there's people out here that are watching that's going to want to connect with you. And this is how I get the most of my opportunities, right? Why am I negotiating a $24 million sole source contract right now? Because I met someone through someone else that was a guest on our show, and they introduced me to a company that was looking for a contractor to do work in a specific location. This is how deals are done. So again, we can't all go to conferences and leave the comfort of our homes because we've got families, wives, kids, dogs, cats, whatever. But this is your opportunity. So definitely use this opportunity. All right, we've got a videographer out of Atlanta. Love it. All right. Let's see. April, Move Global Logistics, Metro ATL, Administrative Procurement Consultant, assisting owner operators in the transportation sector, securing government contracts. That's perfect. All right, who else do we have in here today? Freight logistics, wholesale, computers, laptops, tablets, data storage, furniture. All right, we got California House. Tell me what you do, Champagne Poppy. All right. Look, one of a kind transport. Looks like we've got a lot of trucking people in here. Look at that. Mark Higgins. Mark needed someone today. I connected him with Isaac. He's got Wheels in Motion. And so Mark needed some capital on a project that he had. And so we helped connect him with some folks that could provide capital. So again, White Cloud IT Group, trying to get company off the ground to try and bid on government contracts, monitoring vets. Nice. All right, perfect. I love it. I am very excited to hear and to share all of that. Thank you so much. Good job of warming everybody up and letting some of the late comers come to the party or the dance. So again, on these particular, when I do these sessions and we talk about bid opportunities, what I like to do is I like to discuss when we look at bid opportunities for us, I'm not looking at combined synopsis solicitations. We are actually looking at sources sought. Hopefully, if you have followed my channel for more than a month, you're familiar with sources sought opportunities out of SAM.gov. And so we call them bid opportunities instead of bids because it's an opportunity to get your company in front of decision makers, stakeholders, program managers. And so we call them bid opportunities, not actual bids. So we're going to discuss, right, sources sought opportunities that exist that companies like the ones here today that are on this group, that are in this chat, that you guys can respond to, right? You don't have to write a full-blown proposal. You don't have to submit a price, but you can respond to and start to get your name in front of decision makers who are looking to eventually procure those services. And so this is where you start to get in front of the right people and they start to know who you are and how you can help them. And that's how we are able to, at the very least, if not 60 or 70% of our sources of our sole source contracts come this way. We meet probably the rest of the 30% that don't come directly from sources sought. They come as a result of market research and developing that relationship. And so this is one of the ways that I think is really easy for small business getting started to start to get in front of their customer. So this is what we're going to talk about. My man Matthew says, here we go. It's the fourth quarter. Sources sought during the fourth quarter is prime time for fall out money spending. Does everyone know what Matthew's talking about? It's the fourth quarter. You better know, if we're doing federal government contracting, that the fiscal year ends September 30th. When does the fiscal year end? September 30th. Right. Now, why is that important? Back in the days, I remember that I used to sit inside the contracting officers. We used to sit inside their offices and wait for fall out money. So if there was, as the midnight approaches, the different time zones, that if the people didn't spend their money, they have fallout money, and then the government gets to write these contracts in the last moments before the fiscal year ends. Now, I don't know if they still do that. I haven't been in an government office at midnight on the September 29th in a long time, but it used to be where we would literally sit in our offices and they say, okay, we've got $5 million. We've got an hour to basically spend because it fell out. These other people couldn't spend it. And then we would literally sign contracts at the last hour. I think they're a little bit more organized now, but since we're at the end of July, I can tell you they're going to be writing a whole lot of contracts in the next 30 days. Probably more than they've written in any single month throughout the year. Now, my man Matthew, he knows about this fallout money. It can be a bonanza. So I want everyone out here, and look, we've got some people already connecting. All right, Arnold and Liam already connecting. So I want everyone out here to get themselves in position to receive or be a beneficiary of some of this fallout spending. How we're going to do that? We're going to start getting in front of the people right now. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do any capabilities briefings. Nobody wants to see in their offices because they just are too busy writing contracts and getting them out the door. Like the one that we're negotiating now, that's due in less than 2 weeks, because I know that they want to get it on this year's budget before we turn the fiscal clock. So that's what we're going to talk about today, right? And so let's just go ahead and dive into it. For all those folks, questions, comments, concerns. Let me go backwards and show you what I did. So I'm here on SAM.gov. Is this, someone let me know if this lighting on my cameras, the light looks a bit bright on the screen, but if there's something wrong, if your screen, if you need me to make it bigger or larger or whatever, tell me so that I know, because I've got dual screens here, and so I'm not really sure, but it looks clear to me. Just want to make sure it's clear to you. So on SAM.gov, when I go on here and I'm searching, right, we go into domains, I look at contract opportunities, and then under contract opportunities, notice type, I do sources sought. And for the purposes of today's lesson, we're just going to look at what came out, response date, I put in the next 3 days. And so I chose that just, again, for the purposes of like demonstrating that, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to pull a different list up only because 3 days is kind of last minute. So let's change it to response date. I'll put next week. All right. So we'll do response date next week, 645 results. And then I'm going to go to click on actions and I'm going to download that list. All right. Download complete. We're going to pop open that list. Let me close this other one out. All right. And why did I pull up in Excel? Because if you're in SAM.gov and you're trying to go through 649 solicitations, right? SAM.gov is not set up in an efficient manner to do that. However, if I pull in Excel, I could just simply scroll down like this, right? And go through all of them, right? 646, right? In seconds. So again, this is something that I've learned to do, and it's much more efficient. I'm sure a lot of us out here are limited in time. And so we just to try to go through and scroll this website and go page by page, even if you were to hit the results of 100 items, there's no way to search this. I mean, it's just really convoluted. So what I do is I pull it up in Excel over here. And so now we can actually look at these opportunities. Let me make it a little bit bigger for folks. Pull up on the screen, and then we're going to go through it. So this is something that I do all the time. And so I want everyone else to implement this, because really, and by the way, so if you've tried this and you don't see this little action button here, the reason why you don't see it is because you're not logged in. So in order for you to see that action button up here, you have to be signed in to SAM.gov. Okay. Just one of those programming things that we talk about. One other thing, let me just really quick mention a programming note before we get started. First and foremost, Maria said that we're still if you are a veteran, if you're a veteran, they still have scholarships available to take our Academy 3.0 program. So if you're a veteran, there are still scholarships available. Here's the contact information on the bottom of the screen for the person you need. Take a screenshot. That's our partner, and they're giving you $1,000 grant towards our Academy 3.0 program. So this is for veterans out here. Reach out to Leah Berry, Mission Services Director. That's her email. This is her phone number. That's her extension. That's her cell phone number. So there's still scholarships available to sign up for our programs. If you are not a veteran, that's fine. Again, our courses that we offer, where we teach you more in-depth training, I'll pull it up on the screen here, is our all-in-one bundle, Academy 3.0, which is what Yvette mentioned. So this is our program. We're not going to go into it, but just I'll drop the link in there, and you can ask questions about what's all included and how it works and all that good stuff. All right. But definitely, if you're a veteran, there's the information on there. If you have any questions about anything that we offer, courses, training, consulting, business development services, at the bottom is our phone number and an email address to inquire. All right. I want to say that for folks. If you missed anything, let us know. We'll put it up there on the screen. All right. So now we're back at SAM.gov. We pull down, there's 645 opportunities. I pulled them over to my Excel spreadsheet, and then we're going to go by. And what I want to do is, if you see anything out there that's of interest, let me know. Stop me. Yvette said, hit the like button, Make sure you give me thumbs up. I don't know how that works in LinkedIn, but just hit the like button, give me a heart or whatever you want, whatever it is on LinkedIn, whatever it is on YouTube, give me the like, and then on Facebook, same thing. All right, so we're going to go through, we're going to look at some of these opportunities, and we're going to pull things down. And I actually want to walk through some examples with people. So I'm not just here to talk about what they are. I want to go through some real life examples. Hopefully one of you that's on this call sees something that makes sense, and we can talk about how you can qualify it. And even if you want to come up here and speak, I'll give you an opportunity to come up here and speak as well. So let's go through and look at some of these opportunities that exist. Pull it up to the side. All right. Airborne weapon systems, converter chassis, biostatistical services, facility support maintenance, repair BPA. That sounds interesting. Let's pull this one up. Let's take a look at it. All right. And then again, if you see anything of interest, let me know. This one's at it's a VA hospital, right? All times are Los Angeles, so it's got to be in that area. Jonathan Wainwright Medical Center, it's in Washington. Look at the code. It's under plumbing, heating, air conditioning contractors 238-220. And so again, sources sought notice to develop a procurement strategy for HVAC, plumbing, electrical controls, mechanical controls to support task orders at this facility. So again, this is a specialty trade work. I mean, I know people that do this all day of the week. Lisa, where you at, Lisa? This is the kind of work that's available for companies like yours. And let's just go a little bit further. Let's pull up the actual document, see what it says. By the way, just keep asking questions, comments. I will get to them in the chat. 72 people watching. Hope we've got some likes in here. What's going on with Microsoft Word? Okay. I don't know why I didn't pull up that document. Come on, Microsoft. All right, here we go. All right, this is the document. Eric, why do we talk about sources sought? Why? Because, and you'll see right here. So this is a facility support maintenance repair BPA. And again, when you think about facility support maintenance, this is why you're watching us, because most people do not think, right, when they read facility support maintenance, that this is for an HVAC company. And so again, we're looking at this. All right, here it is. Plumbing and piping systems, plumbing leak repair, heat exchangers, water heaters, HVAC systems, testing of electrical systems. All right, so it's a little bit more than HVAC. You got to test electrical systems, but it looks like, all right, Cummins power generators, controls, transformers, elevator support systems. So it's a little bit more than HVAC, but they put it on a specialty trade because I guess the primary scope involves HVAC VAC. So it says here task orders. Most task orders under this BPA awarded between $2,500 to $50,000, with individual task orders ceiling approximately $100,000. Contract max is $300,000 annually. Nice contract for an HVAC company. And what I would do is all the other controls that we don't do, I just sub it out. So this is a nice opportunity for someone who's in that area that does HVAC. And I guarantee you, they're not looking at this. What does the requirement say? What would you have to do? Let's see. All interested parties who believe they can meet the requirements, send via email to attention Brian, contract specialist. Email, no telephone calls, please accept it. Please don't call this man. Okay. Yes, Theodis Brown, the website to check for sources sought. We're using SAM.gov. So that's the website for sources sought. We're on SAM.gov. All right. So that was the first opportunity. Let's keep it moving. I think that one's interesting. Flooring services. Again, I'm a contractor, so I like trades work, right? Because for me, trades are super easy because people are not attacking them. So I like trades because people aren't actually attacking them. Let's keep it moving. Unless somebody wants to see this flooring one, I'll highlight it in case somebody wants me to come back. Aircraft fire trainer, veterinary consultant services, R&D. That sounds interesting. Anybody want to see that? By the way, if it's something I don't mention, just drop it in here and let me know what you want to see. I will stop. We'll pull it down. We'll talk about it. And if you're ready to come on stage, we could talk about that too. All right. Network infrastructure support, systems engineering, technical assistance, recompete. RX frameworks, CCTV, tech refresh, load, roof anchor inspection and certification. Where I had someone on here that does inspections. I remember someone in the beginning said they do inspections. They were from LinkedIn. Wall cabinet and workstation. Maria just finished her wall cabinet project. That sounds like something she could do. Steam kettles, repair fuel cell hangar building. Let me just see where that's at because I do have a client that we service that does roofing work. So I just want to see that location. Sorry. Idiot me. I just want to see where this roof building is located. All right, Teddy, looks like it's in Chicago. All right, restoration of real property, public property. This is Chicago time. Restoration, modernization of the facility, complete existing equipment, installation of previous construction land. Across installation, Key Field National Air Guard Base, Meridian, Mississippi. All right, cool. All right. So, nope, it's not. We're not going to Mississippi. All right, what else? Let's see what we have on the list today. Don't forget, questions, comments, don't be afraid. Repair fire station roof building again. Jeez. They like repairing roofs. Let me see where this one's is. All right. Chicago. Is this the same place? Yep, same place. Mississippi. They've got some. All right. Interpreter services. Maria, don't you have someone and that does interpreter services? I think we have someone in our groups that does interpreter services. Domestic water pump replacements. Laboratory refrigerators. Hold on. All right. Laboratory refrigerators and freezers. That's pretty easy. I'm sure there's someone in this group that has worked in labs before. Real estate broker support, lease acquisition. This is Mariana Islands. I don't know where that's at. On-site instrument sharpening services, lease spaces, pest control for poultry research unit. I know Kwame had a guy that does pest control. I'm going to pull this aside for Kwame. Hopefully he looked at this. Sources sought for a 20-foot premium primary care base unit shelter. I know someone that does this service. Pedestrian tunnel gates, day dry cargo time charter. Sounds like trucking stuff? 55 day. Let's see what that is. Sounds like trucking to me. Any of my trucking people know what that is? Okay. Let's see. Let's see what this is. 55-day dry cargo time charter. Deep sea transportation. I got to figure this deep sea transportation out because the truth is, what's going on, Brian Amster? Truth is, they're always asking for these deep sea transportation, and we've got to figure this thing out. We got to figure it out. All right. Eric, can you go over to interpreter services? Okay, yep, I can go over to interpreter services. We have people always looking for information technology consultants. That like IT is one of the biggest spaces out here. Let's go back over interpreter services for my person that requested that. Let's look at it. Dun, 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 dun. By the way, if you missed yesterday's video, we discussed proposal writing on YouTube. So if you missed that video, go back and watch it. We went through different stages of proposals from the simple to the complex. All right, interpreter services, support administration, translation, interpreting. Let's see what they need here. All right, sources sought. They want to. This is actually look American Sign Language Interpretation Services. So this is sign language. So, and again, if you have people that you work with or you in that space, they're looking for sign language interpreters. But I mean, again, if you do sign language, right, or this is your field or expertise, or if you know someone that does it, they're probably not looking here to respond to this. So if you or one of your friends or buddies that does this, I guarantee you they're not looking here for to provide their business to the government. And so when people call me and they request these consulting calls with me, I'm like, this is where you start. And so let me I want to make a point real quick because some of you are new, you've never seen me before live. So let me just make a point. A lot of times people call me and they ask me for advice and they say, Eric, I don't see where the government buys my services. I'm looking on SAM and I don't see any bids for my products, right? Well, because when government puts them out in a sources sought format, if someone like myself can do the job and I put in a complete package, and then because I partner with companies that have these certain designations and certifications, I bring them to the table. I try and get them to set that aside or sole source that contract to me. Did you hear what I said? When it's at this phase, up until even when it's at pre-solicitation, I am behind your back going to the SBA, telling them to talk to this agency to sole source me this contract. I don't want it to make it to the street. I don't want it to be public. And so anyone that was old school, that was trained the way I was trained, they're doing the same things. And I guarantee you all of the Alaskan Native corporations, the tribal corporations, the Native Hawaiian corporations are doing the same thing. So this is why the opportunities that we particularly are being sole sourced to us are not making it here on SAM.gov. So before you spend $500 to talk to me for 20 minutes about why you don't see these opportunities, I'm telling you here for free publicly for all those that are on this channel, they don't make it because people like myself and all the larger organizations out here, we're fighting to get this to not make it publicly so that we can set it aside or sole source it completely and they never have to bid it. And we tell the government how great we are and how much value we can add. And that's why you don't see this stuff on SAM.gov. So if you just think that this is a waste of your time, right, then you're missing out on a huge slice of the marketplace that you could be participating in by simply failing to respond. All right. And Maria's done it. Students of mine have done it as well, where it never went to beyond this phase of market research. Because why? if you go here, and I pull this up, right? This is in the FAR, right? Part 10, on the FAR, it says agencies shall, right, ensure legitimate needs are identified and trade-offs for those are met, conduct market research appropriate to the circumstances. So before they develop requirements, they do market research. And then, so yes, before soliciting, right, with an estimated value, less than supply acquisition, when adequate information available. So again, before they solicit offers and acquisitions, they have to do this. And when they're doing this, we understand that, right, we can have the government set this aside or sole source it to our organization. And so this is a common strategy used by large companies out here to get projects set aside and sole source. And so hence, they may never make it to public bid. I'm just telling you, right? You can cry, you can complain, you can kick, or you could just get on board and do the same thing. Right? That's why you listening to me. That's why I'm here. All right. So I hope that satisfied your inquiry on the source of SOT. So good stuff. All right. Let's see. My man Brian, Quality LED, fire alarm installations and LED lighting. April, what you've never heard of before? Okay. Yep. The deep sea stuff. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's keep it moving, folks, out here. Maria's dropping all kind of stuff in the group while we're talking. Let's keep it going. Take this comment down. All right. So let's go back to the Excel spreadsheet. Pedestrian tunnel gates, day drive term, emergency response, trailer 20-foot, molecular and anatomic imaging system. Sounds complicated. Ohio durable medical equipment, landing gear fixed. Miscellaneous testing kits, door replacements at this building. Looks like somewhere in Spain. I see some asterisks over it. Upgrade and initialization of National Agricultural Library thesaurus for the machine. Whoa. This sounds pretty cool. This sounds like someone who, for lack of better words, let me see what this is, because it sounds like it's either some sort of machine learning or scanning contract, right? So it's just fancy way. Let's see what it is. All right, USDA, custom computer programming services. There you go. All right, so now for someone just asked about IT consultant. People ask me about developing software platforms. They're looking for a contractor to do the following work. Integrating assessment to recommend only changes, overall business operations, state-of-art technology, develop quality metrics to increase automation of indexing, support the curation of through automation, engagement of subject matter experts, and allow them to provide relevant new state-of-art tools for agricultural research and library communities in accordance. So basically, they want to index documents, right, using some sort of software program. I'm pretty sure that this is some standard stuff that's technology exists, because I remember seeing that there were certain websites or companies that were indexing or cataloging books like 10 years ago. So I'm pretty sure that the technology to do this is some old technology. So again, this is a great opportunity for someone who's familiar with that technology to step up to the plate and do this for the government. Might not be worthwhile for an Amazon to do it because it's probably not enough money, but for a small business, makes a lot of sense. Mobile professional development team, right? Italy, platform for JB VA Medical Center for discrete concealed weapons detection systems, hospital triage and treatment module, generator maintenance, repair pump stations, replace carpet and flooring, interior paint, autoclave preventive maintenance contracts, centrifuge maintenance, cooler box, boiler interior cleaning. By the way, hit the thumbs up button, please. Hit the like button. Japan-wide nursing services. So again, someone that does staffing, someone that works in that. Someone said nursing earlier. Hold on. Wait, someone asked me a question. Yes. Look at Brian. Good catch, Brian. Yes. So he said you could sub it out to the individual who qualified. We don't have to serve as a. That's correct. Yes, you can sub out the contract to a qualified person to do the work. That is correct. But you have to be mindful of what the subcontracting rules say about depending on the size of the contract, the rules state how much percentage that you have to sub out. So that's a FAR clause that's going to be in there that tells you what percentage of the contract that you have to self-perform and what percentage of the contract that you have to sub out. Now, what Brian's talking about is that he shared with me something recently that says if it's simplified acquisition, that you do not have to meet the subcontractor percentage goals. But again, I caution everyone, look at what your contract specifically states, right? So good question. Good question. All right. So yeah, there you go. Maria answered it. You got to meet the self-performance percentage as per the FAR. Good answer, Maria. Good catch. All right. Let's see. Yes, and yes, Maria shared our book, GovCon Lunch, on Amazon. It's a great place to start. I always tell everybody to start there. Nursing services. Okay, you wanted to see that nursing services in Japan? You guys want to see that one in Japan? Building renovations. All right, good. You want to see, if anybody wants to see nursing services in Japan, let me know. All right. ISBEE set aside. Sources saw vertical baller press machine. Laboratory refrigerators. Technical manuals and training materials. Now, this is really good. I'll tell you why. I had a friend of mine that won a contract similar to this, and all they had to do was provide these manuals to a facility. So they didn't have to actually create the manuals. The manuals already existed. They just had to buy them and ship them. So let's take a look at this one and see if that's similar. Let's see what the requirements are. Yes, it was under professional management development training. Let's see what they're asking for. All right. In this particular case, they're seeking a contract to provide psychological testing supplies for patient care at this facility. You must be able to provide the Parr-Hopkins verbal learning test, mini mental state examination, assessment, and materials. So again, believe it or not, it sounds like to me this is off-the-shelf stuff that you just purchased. So it's not anything that you have to actually create, right? This is just stuff that you're actually going to purchase. It looks like to me. So, right, you're providing description. You're providing this test booklet, orientation kits, plastic base, expanded kit, language modules, right? This introductory kit, right? And so again, you could probably go online and figure out where these things come from. I bet you we could do a quick Google search and find this stuff, right? Well, let me just try it. Parr-Hopkins. I'm going to do it just because this is what I like to do. Here we go. There it is right there. Hopkins Verbal Learning Test Revise. There it is. Here's the pricing for it. There's the introductory kit, $500. Here's the manuals. There it is. It's right there. It's a quick Google search. And that's why I say to people that this stuff sounds complicated, but really when you dig into it, and again, I do have a lot more experience than a lot of people out here watching this. So yeah, when you dig into it, you realize like it says technical manuals and training materials. Like, oh my gosh, this is so confusing, right? But because I have experience and have worked with so many students at this point, thousands, hundreds successfully winning contracts, I've seen how the government makes this stuff like really seem complicated, and you're just buying like these manuals that somebody's already created and reselling it back to the government. So to be honest with you, anybody could do it in that sense. All right, let's keep it moving. I want to kind of be respectful of everybody's time. I want to close out at 8. So let's just keep it moving. All right. Oshkosh equipment training. That's interesting. I didn't know Oshkosh made equipment. All right. PM services and emergency calls for specialty patient beds. PM services for anesthesia equipment. Facilities maintenance contracts perform janitorial services at the following locations in Phoenix, Sky Harbor. So again, janitorial services, facilities maintenance. 3M license renewal. So again, just a license renewal. Atlanta Chair, portable armory. Sources saw, and again, I'm only in 60. We got 600 to go. Ready, relevant learning support services. So again, training, which sounds like more training materials. A venue for a yellow ribbon event. This is in North Dakota National Guard. correspondence and document management systems, modeling and simulation hardware purchase, barrier-free power procedure chair. This is a U.S. Coast Guard complex. It's probably something complicated, but it sounds like construction. This is from a man, Liam. Multiple spare NSNs for OEM Lockheed Martin Hellfire missile weapon systems, but it's a sole source, so you're out of that one. Fault management network monitoring, again, IT consultant. Telescopic boom truck crane, Maria, right? So again, we something that we mentioned earlier, and not today's lesson, but in previous sessions, something that we mentioned before was getting an account with a rental company to be able to provide support government in terms of contractors with providing rental equipment. You can't go wrong and you can't mess up a project if you're providing rental equipment that they have to buy anyways. Make sense? Reverse osmosis machines, Chicago faucets. Pretty simple. Again, stop me if you see anything. Stop me if you see anything that makes sense. All right. Brian wants to know what percentage of work. So we have to go to the FAR for that. Amit, welcome to the party. All right. Ant says, yes, that's correct. We had a 16-year-old sold canned goods to the prisons. Let's see. Veteran owned disabled firm. How do you certify what? How do you become veteran certified? There's actually, the government does that for you. So I would recommend that you go to, if you're a veteran and you're looking to get certified, this is where I would start you off. Go to here, Veteran Business Outreach Centers. They're all over the country. I would recommend if you're a veteran and want to get certified, start here. Go to one of your VBOX centers. They're free places that help you with your registrations. So again, all veterans that want to get registered and certified, this is the place to start. All right. Good stuff. All right. Someone said, let's explore musical instruments listing. I didn't see musical instruments anywhere. All right. Let me get oh, there it is. Musical instruments. I see it now. Carrier chilled steel containers. All right. Let's go over to here. My man wanted to see musical instruments. So let's look at some musical instruments. By the way, if you're just joining us, okay, make sure to put in here your business. What is that you do and where you're at? You got to connect with folks. The only way that you're going to make it out here is by connecting with other small business owners. If you don't tell us what you do or what you're trying to do, and you don't tell us where you're at, people cannot connect with you. We all have a shared mission to support the government. We all want to make money. We want to be successful. We can't do that operating in silos and not telling people who you do, what do you do, who you are. You've got to let people know who you are and what you do. So don't be afraid to say, hey, this is who I am and this is what I do. Please, if you're just joining us and you're late to the party, put in the chat exactly what you do and where you're located so that people can connect with you. This is your opportunity to connect with folks in a more practical fashion. All right. Musical instruments. There you go. That's what they need. They need I don't even know what this thing is. Free notes area, metal telephone, free notes packable to bells, some manta ray chimes, lily pad cymbals, and some harps. That's what they need. Take a screenshot of it. All right. By the way, yeah, take a screenshot. That didn't seem very exciting. All right, back over here. Potable water services, carrier chillers, hyperspectral sensors, retinal cameras, market survey for repair of vertex antennas, glass tile supplies, modular furniture workstations and storage cabinets, and Northern Navajo Medical Center. I know about modular furniture. Still security services, maintenance, repair. All right, let's keep going. I'm not going to read through all of them. All right. Unmanned aerial system, gamma ray spectrometers, VoIP telephone system, some floats. All right, renovation of a building. Where's my person that did construction? Right here. Here's a renovation of a building. I had a construction person in here earlier. Where did she go? Where you at, my construction person? This is for you. All right. This is for my construction person. Renovation of building 1300, Department of Defense, Air Force. Let's see. Oh, place of performance, Alaska. Sorry. Yeah, it's a good project, 1 to 5 million, but it's in Alaska. United States, Ilson Air Force Base, vendors, 4,600 square foot of living portion, building 1,300. Yeah, I would, out of all the things that I would say I would not try and do is something in Alaska, just because the tribals have that pretty much locked down. Armored transparent vehicular window, counter machines, security camera systems. What else? They dry cargo time charter. Man, I got to get me one of these freaking charter cruise boats, because this stuff is happening all the time. What else? Vegetation removal services in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Oh, look at this. Art supplies. This sounds interesting. Let's take a look at this art supply one. Questions, comments, concerns. Are you enjoying the content? Do you like what we're talking about? Do you want to change the subject? You want to talk about COVID? I don't want to talk about COVID. So, yes, Nadina, let me just say something about Alaska. It's worth the trip. However, this is the thing about Alaska, and this is for everyone out there. I actually was in Anchorage, Alaska. Well, I was actually all over Alaska about a month ago. Alaska, right, which is Region 10 of the SBA regions. The Alaskan Native Corporations, ANCs, they do 29% of all 8A contracts in the country. The Alaskan Native Corporations do 29. It's 28.9 to be. It's just a tick shy of 29. They do 29% of all the 8A contracts in the entire United States. They are very good at federal contracting. So the only reason I'm not saying it's not worth the trip, but you're competing with the best contractors in the country when you go to Alaska. So, oh, I know who you are now. Nadina, when you say I met you there. Yes. Okay, I know who you are now. Okay, now I know who you are. Gotcha. All right, somebody says they can't hear anything. All right. All right, someone has it muted. So if you cannot hear me, someone says you have it muted directly. On the video, there's a volume button. So you got to turn up the volume button. If we're late, do you think Alaskan tribes have bypassed the opportunity? No, I do not think Alaskan tribes have bypassed the opportunity. They don't really pass up on much. Well, you know what? Actually, Conrad, to be honest with you, I have seen sometimes. The answer, I don't think so. No, but I have seen, right? They don't know everything, but that's kind of like in their backyard. I just don't think they passed up on it. All right, so someone just put in here, Stallone locally paid digital advertising specialist for digital radio, TV connected TV. All right, Nadina, I know who you are now. I remember you now. I met you guys as I was leaving out. As we were leaving out from upstairs is when we met downstairs. I remember. We were walking down the stairs together. All right. Let's see. Great calls for the type of information I've been looking for. I'm the co-founder of Axiom Medical in Atlanta. We sell medical devices, looking for opportunities. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Sam, for sharing that. Charles, how do I leverage Native Hawaiian organization? Well, so Native Hawaiian has all the same benefits of ANCs and tribal. So again, if I had a Native Hawaiian organization, I would be partnering with some of these small businesses on here and leveraging their skill sets, their talent pools to go after these sources sought using my Native Hawaiian status. All right, that's what I do. All right, Furman Hall, New York. How do we learn about bidding process? So we're talking through. We actually went through proposal writing yesterday. Today we're just going through bid opportunities, not actually responding to the bids per se. This is sources sought. Cool. All right. All right. Dun dun dun. What else? All right. Yes. All right. I got you. There you go. Thanks for reminding me. All right, Conrad, sent you a connection request. I think it'd be perfect for my Warfighter of the Week program. Look at that. All right, folks are connecting. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so yeah, Alaska. Let's look at the art supply. You guys threw me off, man. All right, let's look at this hobby, toy, and game stores. I've never seen that NACS code before. All right, small business standard art supply list. So you have, look at this. They shall issue a call in writing up to $300,000. Total amount of calls placed against the BPA should not exceed $7 million of art supplies. Some of you better jump on this. Delivery address will be provided for all the overseas school locations. All right. Payments are made in WAF. No problem. Interested vendors. This is what you have to do. Submit your company name, business size, company cage, TIN number, primary POC, company website, and your online catalog. And then here's your art supply list. Now, between me, you, and the fence pole, right? Do you really think that someone that provides art supplies is looking here at this opportunity? Do you really think that? I don't think the company that, and this is what I said to someone today on a call. The government does not get the best people. They get the best people that come to them. I'm going to say it again. The government does not get the best contractors. They get the best contractors that come to them. And when you understand that, then you understand the opportunity for all of us out here. So the art supply person or company that's really, really good at this is not likely looking at sources sought. Why? Because they're busy selling art supplies. So you have an opportunity to introduce them to this particular list. So let's look at it, right? Because I think for $300,000 to $7 million. By the way, Yvette, I want to meet with you. Oh, look, Bernadina. Oh my gosh. All of my folks showing up. What's up, B? Where you been at? Look at that. All right. So let's take a look at this list of art supplies and see what they're looking for. By the way, it's 153 items on the list. Okay. Now, tell me how hard this is. This sounds like Maria sounds like her kindergarten school list for supplies. Tracing paper, drawing paper, block printing paper, Caso rolls, newsprint 500 sheet reams, watercolor paper pads, multimedia paper. Who can't do this for $7 million? Construction paper, fingerprint paper, poster boards, colored tissue papers. This sounds like a regular teacher's supply list. Cardstock, mat boards, whiteboards, drawing boards, markers, Sharpies, crayons. Come on. Look at this stuff. This, like you said, this is everything out of Staples. I don't know. Does Staples sell camel hair watercolor brushes? Probably. Elementary school brush assortment level. I mean, set of 40 foam brushes, rollers, steel painting knives. This is all normal school supplies that every kid in American schools has in the public school system. So again, um, and when we look at it, right, this is a 5-year contract, $7 million, right? And they can issue up to $300,000 calls against it. You know, again, when people tell me that they can't make it, I just find it hard to believe, right? It's 8:00. You know, how much longer, Maria? How much? You know, we've been at it for an hour. I said I was going to stick to an hour. You guys want to keep going? Anyone keep going? Let me know. Put a thumbs up in the chat. You want me to keep going? Put a star. Put a face. Wave. Do something. Otherwise, we're going to cut this thing off. Do we keep it rocking and rolling? 81 people watching. Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up button. Tell us who you are. If you were just coming on, let me just share with you a couple things. If you're a veteran, reach out to this particular organization at Goodwill. They're giving out scholarships for our training program. So our Academy 3.0 program, they're giving out scholarships. Look at Mark's smiling face on there. They're giving out scholarships for our Academy 3.0 program. So again, reach out to the folks that you see on the screen. If you got any questions about anything that we offer, coaching, consulting, courses, send us an email, give us a call. Do we keep it going? All right, keep going. Jumped on late. I'll check. All right, let's go. Comrades in. All right. Renee's in. Free's in. All right, let's do it. Michael's in. Ray Atkins in. B, working hard, creating relationships. I love to see it. She's been around a long time. By the way, again, I want you to connect with some of these people. Connect with her on LinkedIn. Because again, like all these folks out here are doing big things. So definitely, let's see what my man says. Delion has got a create custom-built CRM and database, provide phishing training and compliance. We're located in DC. Nice. I just don't know what that phishing training is. If you can explain, that'd be great. All right. Charles says it's only 2 p.m. for me. All right. Let's keep rocking and rolling. All right. Like Maria said, tell us who you are and where you're at. What do you do? All right. So let's keep it going. We'll keep the party going for a little bit longer to give folks who just joined us a chance to listen in and participate. All right. So let's go on. Inspection and structure. Conrad, didn't you do inspections? I thought you did inspections. Conrad, is this something you want to see, this inspection structure? Let me know. All right. Shower house roof replacement. More roof replacements. This is Corps of Engineers, Kansas City. They're writing a lot of contracts. So I'll pull that down. Ton of roof stuff coming out here. I've already looked at a couple of them. I won't bore you guys with more roofing work. Copper removal system, stronghold storage cabinets. And I think this is fun. SolarWinds help desk support. Help desk. I like help desk. A lot of IT folks can do help desk work. Design fabrication of advanced test reactor canals, vault streams. Somebody wants to look at the podiatry chairs. Certainly. Let's go look at podiatry chairs. Okay. All right, podiatry exam chairs. Let's see what you got here. They're looking for qualified vendors who can provide to Salem VA Medical Center, Roanoke, Salem, Virginia. They want one chair this size, podiatry receptacle base, 6 EA vendors with the GSA schedule. Okay, so unfortunately for the podiatry chairs, it looks like you've got to be on a GSA schedule to be able to do that. So that one looks like they're buying that one off the GSA schedule. So no bueno for us here. That's okay. Storage cabinets, lighthouse design services, lavender training. Anybody does coding, lavender training. Anyone does help desk out there? We're my IT people. Let's see. Microscope, ESRI consulting services. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Keep dropping in the chat. Tell us who you are. Let's see what kind of consulting services the government's looking to buy today. USDA. By the way, I like So just another piece of advice for folks out there who are new to this. When you're starting out and you're new, because again, I work with a lot of new people, that's my actual area where I'm really good at. It's helping people get off the ground and running, and then I could get you to about 5 million. And then through our one-on-one coaching and consulting, we'll get you up to about $20 million, and then I turn you loose from there. So that's the areas where we're really strong at. It's helping companies in the very early stages up to we support a lot of businesses in the $5 to $10 million range, up to about $20 million. And then at that point, I could turn you over to someone else. But one of the things I want to encourage folks to just be aware of when you're starting out and you're new, knowing the differences between DoD, right, and non-DoD, right? And so what do I mean by that? When you're working with, for example, the Corps of Engineers or NAVFAC, they are tough. They're tough. So you don't want to get your practice working with NAVFAC or Corps of Engineers, because the requirements, the paperwork is really burdensome, and it could be again, you can really have a difficult time and be turned off from doing government contracting if you start off working for any of those DoD agencies. So when you look at working with someone like USDA, Department of Agriculture, or National Park, something like that, they're much easier to deal with, less paperwork. The requirements are a lot easier, and so it's a great way when you're just starting off, right, to get your feet kind of dirty, get your hands dirty in this game without having all the pressure of having to comply with basically the Bible of everything government contracting related. So they're going to be lenient on some things. They're going to let you slide on some stuff. You're going to be much more forgiving than if you work with the Corps of Engineers or NAVFAC. This is experience talking. This is not what the government says. This is not like a PSA from the government. This is just Eric Coffie sharing his experience. So, all right, Department of Agriculture Research Services. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Slide it over. They're issuing a source of sought to support this requirement for ESRI consulting. Amit, do you know what that is? I don't know what that is. Organization name, address, email, website, telephone, tailored capability statements, interested parties. Amit, what's ESRI? Is that some sort of software? I guess if you don't know it, then you can't do it. Let's see. What's this next code? Since it starts with a 5, I know it's it's IT stuff, computer related services. So it sounds like to me, ESRI. That training? Yeah. Okay. Mapping software. Okay. So so you know who does this? GIS mapping? Maria, he came to our DC event. Oh my gosh. We've got somebody in our group that does mapping software. So I'm going to save this. I could see his face. I can't think of his name right now. But we do have someone in the group that does that kind of stuff. All right. At least we know what that is. Educational simulators, laser tag system. Anybody into laser tag? You can help the government with a laser tag system. Magazine cartridges. People that want to sell arms to the government, right? All right. Vehicle paint and body work. Teddy, maybe it's not painting a building, but maybe you could do some body work. Let's see what else we got in here. Instant ocean sea salt. Come on. Now, where's my guy say he want to go to Costco and buy the stuff and sell it to the government? They're looking for some ocean sea salt. That's probably something you could buy off the shelf. Cloud-based faxing solution. Amit, can you develop the government cloud-based faxing solution? Moody Air Force Base Ball. Someone wants to put together an event. Moot court. Let's see. Small business event. Let's see what else they have on here. Disease modeling, co-development. Sounds really nice. Cyber risk assessment 3. Okay, easy to do. For people that do cyber risk assessments. Ladder truck engine repair. Another one of those charters. I got to buy me one of those boats. Some massage chairs for people who know about massage chairs. EEO training, right? So EEO, right, is what is that? Equal opportunity. What is that? I know it's some training that lawyers do. Equal something training. It's equitable training. But yeah, I know some people that they're actually, when I was looking this up before with Renona, there was only like 3 attorneys in the maybe 4 attorneys in the country that were registered and certified in SAM that did this EEO training. What else? What else? Boiler plant replacement, leadership development, strategic thinking course. Come on, man. Who's doing leadership development out there? Right? Strategic thinking course. The people in that space should be looking at this. I'm highlighting it. Automation equipment support services, Corpus Christi package Z, tape stations. Right. Look, it's 600. I'm only freaking 200 in. Pharmacy refrigerators. Let's see. Airfield management, Keesler Air Force Base, grounds equipment, Joint Naval Warfare Center, control systems, Pittsburgh specialized storage, cryostats, Manatee Harbor dredging. I know Cecil and my guys should be all over that. It's Manatee County, Florida. Desk book RFI. That sounds interesting. Let's go look at that one. What's going on in the chat? What are y'all guys talking about in the chat? Hold on. Are we still connecting? Are you connecting with other small businesses? That's the point. We're at home. We're all on this channel together. We should all be connecting. If you're not connecting with people, you're selling yourself short. Don't just be here to be entertained. Make sure you connect with folks out here. Okay. So my man says phishing is a fraudulent practice of sending emails. Oh, that type of phishing. Phishing emails. Gotcha. Yep. Viola says, I want to get into micro purchase. Will you talk about that today? So Viola, yes, this is actually the way that you find out about the micro purchases, because the government, when they're soliciting, some of these things that we are showing today are in fact micro purchases. And so because they're micro purchases, when they're doing the research phase, this is the only way that you're going to find out about them, because they will not, they're highly unlikely, highly improbable that they're going to list a micro purchase publicly on SAM. So the only way that you can actually get access to micro purchases is by doing the market research, or by getting to know the actual facilities or the program managers in those areas. So again, that's one of the things that I want you to be aware of, because a lot of people think that you can go to some sort of database and find micro purchases. That's not how it works. There is no database of micro purchases out there. You have to find them before, because since they are micro purchase, there's no reason for the government to publicly post them or list them. And so during the research phase, once they've identified a contractor who can provide those items, they're going to go straight to that contractor. It'll never be solicited here. Never. Just pointless. My man Zach says, when bidding federal jobs, make sure you check out bonding requirements first. Let me know if you need help with this. So it looks like my man Zach does bonding, which is cool. Let's see. Going through the chat. Like Maria says, by the way, spouses of veterans also qualify. Construction build, a suit, dub construction, concrete warehouse, or cold storage. Love it. Thanks, Ronnie. Where you at, buddy? Tell me where you at. All right. Let me go through and see who's who. All right. All right. Hey, I'm going to have a simple question. How long is the average wait time for a bid to be selected? So, very good question. These are not bids. I notice the title is called Bid Opportunities. These are not bids, and I want people to understand this distinction. What we mentioned, and again, we'll circle back around for people that don't know. What the government does is market research. This is in the FAR. Before they solicit acquisitions, right, with when a value less than the simple acquisition threshold, with adequate information not available, justify the cost. So again, the government has to do market research before soliciting offers and offers for acquisitions with an estimated value in excess of simplified acquisition threshold, right? And this goes back to Viola's question. Remember, Viola, you asked about micro purchases? Here, they only going to solicit, right, or do market research when it's less than simplified acquisition, which is what you're talking about, if there's no available information and circumstances justify the cost. So otherwise, they're not even going to put it here. They may go directly to their website or directly to vendors to try to get that micro purchase handled. So to answer your question, Mike, there's no average bid time. What you're doing is you are essentially building a rapport with this particular sub agency in your space, your field of expertise, in your niche, letting them know that your company exists, right? So the first thing you're doing is you're waving your hand out here and saying, hey, I'm out here, I exist. Now, part of the strategy that we teach in our programs is a 3-pronged strategy. This is one of the strategies that I teach. Why? Because first thing you got to do is tell them you're here. Like, you got to tell the government you exist. They don't know that all of us are out here unless we tell them. Remember, the government doesn't get the best people. They get the best people that come to them. So if you don't come to them, they ain't coming to you, right? So you've got to go to them and say, hey, we exist, right? That's the first thing. So this is part of a multi-pronged approach to attract the government buyers to you. It's kind of like, if you want to catch a mouse, you got to put out cheese, right? Then the mouse comes out to catch the cheese. So this is like you putting out your cheese to catch a mouse. I've never used that example, but it just made sense in my brain right now. So tell me if it makes sense to you guys. But this way I see it, right? So now you're putting out cheese to the government to come out and try to catch the mouse. Maybe they don't get caught by the trap the first time. Maybe they bite a little bit of the cheese and they keep moving on, right? So again, you don't necessarily going to get a contract directly as a result of this the first time. But if you continue to do this on top of developing relationships with that particular sub-agency, right, that's part of the process to get those first phone calls when the government has, the next time they're going to make a micro purchase by a simplified acquisition, they're calling you first. Does that make sense? So you have to put yourself in a position for them to call you. Again, some people talk about like dating. Just because you show up the first time doesn't mean that the person likes you. That doesn't mean that they have something for you. That doesn't mean that they have to give you a contract or an opportunity just because you show up, right? They may already have someone that they've been using in the past. They may already have someone that has better qualified, or maybe this particular opportunity doesn't necessarily meet, or you don't have the necessarily, you're not the perfect match, right? Maybe you're a 70% match, but there's somebody who's 100% match. So, but they're going to know you exist. They're going to know you're out here. They're going to know your name. They're going to know your company name. And so as you continue to, like some people say, politely stalk them, or, continue to bump into them at conferences, events, or as you're reaching out to other people in their offices, your name's going to keep flying around that same office that, hey, Mike Harris, hey, you guys heard about Mike Harris and XYZ company? Yeah, I remember Mike. Okay, yeah, Mike sent in a source of thought a year ago. We didn't pick him because there was a better qualified candidate, but he's been very persistent and diligent, and someone who's been persistent, diligent, and following up and continuing to respond to, because you're helping them do their jobs. I think Mike deserves a chance now. That might be 6 months. It might be 8 months. It might be a year. I've had government respond to me in as little as 3 months doing this and as long as 18 months. But why is it worth the effort? Why is it worth doing it? Because you're looking at building long-term relationships. Anyone that's on here that's listening to me right now, there's 74 people on here, and you better all have hit the like button. If you're on here and you're not in this for the long haul, you might as well just click off now, because this is the long game, and the government themselves are looking for contractors who are going to be in here for the long haul. Trust me, they don't want fly-by-night contractors. So they want to show that you're going to be here with them to support them for the long term. How do they do that? Well, they test your patience. They test you like, all right, let me see, Mike. All right, I didn't call Mike back this time. I didn't email Mike back. Is Mike going to just disappear on me? Or is Mike going to show up the next time? Right? Hey, Mike sent me another message. Right? So, all right, is Mike serious? Well, nah, look, we ain't going to bother Mike. Did Mike call? No, Mike went away. Guess what happens? 80% of you are going to go away. So then they've already just kind of like, you filtered yourself out of the mix. Right? So it's, you guys already are self-filtering. The government don't even have to do any work. They just kind of wait you out, right? And once they wait you out, they good. And that's what happens for folks out here. So again, I want to say that because people are thinking like you can stop whatever you're doing now and the government's going to just automatically give you a chance. And by the way, this is something else that I want people to think about. Do you want our government, who's protecting us, who's fighting for us, who's sending troops overseas, who's putting up billion-dollar ships in the water, who's putting up helicopters in the air, who's putting up planes in the air? Do you want anyone to be able to walk into the building and stick a USB device in a computer and the government just met that guy yesterday off the street? Would you want that? Do you agree with that philosophy? Would you think, what do you think the news would say if the government let somebody walk into their building for the very first time and stick a freaking USB device inside of a government computer? And they don't even know who you are. They've never met you. They've never done business with you. There's got to be some sort of vetting process. I know we all thinking about money, but let's think about it from the practical standpoint. The news would eat them up. They'd have to testify in Congress as why they did something so stupid. Why would you let a first time guy off the street come in here and just stick something on a computer device? You don't have a protocol for this stuff? You don't vet your contracting pools? So they got to test you out to see if you're going to be the kind of person that's going to stick around, not be a threat. They want to meet you a couple of times, maybe go out to coffee, maybe see at a couple of meetings, see your face, make sure like you're not a bad actor, give you a small chance, right? Maybe let you work on a fax machine before they let you touch a computer because a fax machine is not tied back into the system. That's all I'm saying. So I just want to say that for people out here, because I think sometimes we miss the mark on what we're really doing and who's our customer and who we're serving. And we're only looking at the dollars and not looking at the big picture and saying to myself, say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Government, right? Oh, I understand completely why you don't pick first-time contractors. But guess what? That doesn't stop me, right, from proving myself that we're worthy, that we're worth our salt. And if we have to go and partner with someone that you know, like, and trust in the beginning to show face, that's fine. Or if we just got to wait and play the long-term game to buy your trust, to get your buy-in, that's fine too. If I've got to talk to all 5 stakeholders at a sub-agency to let them all know that I'm like a genuine person, I am who I say I am, that's okay too. So, and again, like my man said, look, bureaucracy weeds out the uncommitted. Let's go. Right? Teddy's like, hell no. Why would you do that? I mean, that's insane for anyone to expect our government to do that. Insane. Right? And so if you don't expect that for them to do that, and you wouldn't want it to happen, I mean, put it this way. When the hurricane happened and the lady got this contract to repair the stations, everybody was all over, the previous administration about how do they give this contract in Puerto Rico to a small firm to handle all of the repairs over there in Puerto Rico, right? All of that electrical repair. But you know why we were complaining about that? Because we were sitting in the comfort of our air conditioner and our heaters with our stoves and our oven, heating our house, eating our hot food. So now we can judge Puerto Rico and everybody else. So I'm just saying. All right, let me keep going. All right, desktop RFI, fire truck Tourette, physical securities upgrades, sources sought, inpatient sleep chairs, healthcare center, heavy duty steel shelving, gas analyzers, medical, wherever this facility is at, they're looking for a lot of stuff here in Cayenta service centers. All right. I'm gonna go to the bottom and work my way up. Let me see if I find anything good down here. Long range aerial delivered maritime mines, rotary launchers, tape manufacturer, industrial tape converters, energy exchange facilitation, modernization of current logistics command control systems, renovate squad ops restrooms, retardant cloth RFIs, Central Everglades Planning Project, Miami-Dade County. I'm gonna pull this up because this is Miami-Dade County. All right, let me pull this up because Miami-Dade County. Someone said, "Do you need bonding just starting out?" Again, if you're in construction, yes, you're gonna need bonding. If you're not in construction, you're not gonna need bonding. But we have videos on bonding, and we have a video with someone. I'll pull up momentarily. In fact, Maria, someone, could you pull up that video that we did with Peter Gibbs on bonding and put the link in the chat so I can share it? KC46 valves. Liam said that's him. All right, Central Everglades Planning Project. Ooh, what did I tell you? What did I tell everybody about the Corps of Engineers? Do not, if it's your first rodeo, please don't start with the Corps of Engineers. They are the toughest agency to work with. Construction of canals, heavy civil work, pump station projects. They are the toughest customer. The toughest customer. All right. This is not for most of you because they're basically, it's a 20-acre site and they're doing a new levee system. So this isn't for regular people work. This is for big contractors. But Corps of Engineers, just be really careful. I mean, those are the big boys. All right. Someone said, where's my man Liam? Said some valves. Where was it at? Oh, here we go. All right. Liam says he does these KC46A valves. Man, why doesn't it want to show me your valves? There we go. All right. Liam does, all right, aircraft parts, auxiliary equipment manufacturing. Sweet. All right. Tinker Air Force Base, Liam. I hope you win it, brother. I'm not even gonna pull it up because that's your area. So cool. All right. Maria just pulled up the bonding video. Let me just pull up real quick. Let's see if I can grab it. I could show it, but it's not letting me grab it. It didn't let me grab that link, Maria. Let me see. How did I grab it? Yeah, sorry. It's not letting me grab that video. So, all right, we'll keep it going real quick. We're gonna wrap up. I'm definitely gonna wrap up in the next 2 minutes. It's 8:30. I want to be respectful for everyone's time. I know we've got 84 people watching. Don't worry, we'll do this again next week. If you like it, let me know you like this and you want to keep doing it, and we can make this a weekly Thursday thing. We can go through and look at this every single week, every Thursday, same time, same place. I'm okay with that. So if that's something you want to do, let me know. Seepage remediation project, DF couplers, heavy lift cranes, Libby Dam Unit 6 installation. All right, USAID, BHA program recycling. This sounds fun. Potential contractors to help provide this. This sounds like something that actually makes sense. We'll pull this up. Anything else? Missile Defense Architect Engineer Services. I'm going to pull up. So I'm going to pull up this one. Nope, not that one. I'm going to pull up this recycling one. And then is there anything else that anyone wants to see before we leave today? Residential reentry services, confinement, day reporting, Sacramento. Anything else on here anybody wants to see? Propellant modular artillery charge systems, live training ranges, combat centers, FEMA Region 2 roadmap to recovery mobile application. I didn't see any trucking stuff. I was looking. I didn't see anything. Let me search and see if there's anything with trucks in it. Nope, I didn't see anything with trucking today. Just as nope. All right. Anything else anyone wants to see specifically before we close out? I'm going to look at that one, and then I'll pick one more from the audience today, and then we'll close out. If you got any questions, comments, if you like what you hear, if you're interested in any of our programs, like I said, we'll show you. Give us a call. Here's our information below. There's our numbers. Here's the email address and a phone number on the screen. Did anyone pick anything? Someone said marketing. Let me see if there's any marketing stuff. Problem is, it's not necessarily the way you. Okay, here we go. Mass advertising and marketing. All right, perfect. So a man asks for marketing, he gets marketing. There we go. All right, so let's pull up my marketing one. All right, since he asked first, we're going to do marketing, and then we're going to do the one I like. So let's look at this marketing one. All right, mass advertising and marketing, Department of Defense. All right, so your code, advertising agencies, 541810. No requests or no questions or requests for information. This is a sources sought. Find attached socioeconomic status for the NAICS code. The contractor shall assist the recruiting efforts by delivering targeted messaging to prospective applicants throughout the state of Maryland and the target age demographic for military service. You should provide social media outreach and opportunity for branded content in a topic of your choosing. The intent is to reach adults 17 to 34 in the Baltimore, Maryland Trail area and Maryland statewide. Let's pull it up. Come on, man, Stallone. What you thought? You thought y'all were playing with me? I ain't no duck. I know what I'm doing. Let's go. All right. Here's your efforts. This is what you're doing. So what you got to do, fill out your company name, make sure you register stamp. And people, for all of you saying, Eric, I thought they don't use DUNS. Every single thing I see says DUNS number on it. All right. Hit the like button if we're doing something for you today. Let us know that you like what we're talking about. Unique identity code, cage code, DUNS, tax ID number. Put on here your small business status. Certified. Look, your name, title, signature. Understand? When I respond to this, I confirm that my firm is registered in SAM with this socioeconomic status and this NAICS code. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you don't do it, then that's on you. That's it. All right. Simple stuff. All right. And then I'm going to go back to the one I was looking at. Oh, wait. Anybody want to do this? Roman Catholic Ministries for Oklahoma City. Anybody want to? I've seen when they ask for priests before, things like that. Let's go back to the one I wanted to do. All right, let's do this FEMA one. Okay. Amit, this is a mobile application. Where's my IT consultants? They're looking for a mobile application. 8A sole source. Let me see. FEMA has a primary requirement to simplify the navigation of FEMA post-disaster funding streams for states, communities. Okay. It says sole source, but let me read it. Maybe it's not. Sometimes they make mistakes. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I read it wrong. What? Okay. It's a source of sought. Originally, it was 8A sole source. Now it's a source of sought. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So yes, so people can still respond to this. If got any questions, reach out to Mr. Theodore Wallace on this particular. And again, I don't know if he's the one that put it in there and wrote it, but I was reading it wrong. The one that I was interested in was this USAID BHA program cycle, right? Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being here. Because when I just look at this one, I'm out of here. I got to eat some dinner. It's late for me. I'm having so much fun with 76 people on. It's just hard for me to leave. All right. Support professional evaluation. RFIs obtain information capacity, interested potential contractors relative to goals, objectives, illustrative services. The BHA program cycle, IDIQ. And so what we're going to do here is high quality product service support, areas strategic planning, activity design, monitoring, adaptive management, intentional learning, and evaluation. So you are designed to generate a range of evidence. I don't know what this is. Sounds like some learning stuff to me. All right, here it is. So your efforts realize more efficient, effective operations outcomes and results across the spectrum of humanitarian assistance portfolio. So you're looking at a humanitarian assistance portfolio, and they're helping to design a more efficient way of determining outcomes. That's pretty fascinating, right? On how our government's spending money. See, they try to improve, right? They're trying. We knock the government for trying. All right, so activities comprise needs-based humanitarian assistance provides to save lives, alleviate suffering, and protect human dignity during and in the aftermath of emergencies. All right, and so humanitarian assistance is grounded in humanitarian principles and directed towards the most vulnerable populations. Early recovery, risk reduction, and resilience activities will set the initial foundations for longer-term recovery. So I guess you're going to help them. The areas that they're talking about: Office of Africa, Asia, Latin America, Caribbean, Office of Middle East, North Africa, and Europe. Goals and objectives is to support evidence generation analysis, provide program and technical monitoring and learning, support plan design and adaptation. And so again, you're going to look at impact evaluations across studies. So if you do this kind of stuff, this is your jazz. Good luck. This is way over my head. I'm not that smart. All right, folks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We appreciate your time tonight. This was fun. I hope you had a good time. Look forward to it. Let me know if you need help. Our emails below, numbers below. If you're messaging me on LinkedIn, I thank all my LinkedIn people for joining us tonight. I know I ran a little bit over than what I promised. However, if you are reaching out to me through LinkedIn, it may take a little bit longer just because I get a lot of spam on LinkedIn. So I've got to filter through all the garbage to get to the good stuff. So again, the best way to reach me on LinkedIn is just to comment on one of our posts. If you comment on one of my posts, then I'll know to go exactly to your name. So again, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Keno, for recognizing our team, because we do have a team effort. In fact, for those of you who do not know, our executive team is 7 persons and our staff is 14 people. So we've got a lot of mouths to feed. And there's a lot of people out here making this happen. I'm just the person that gets the honor, the privilege to put my face out front. A lot of times because everyone else is shy. But again, if I'm trying to get my rest of my team to show up and put their face out front, unfortunately, I'm having a hard time doing that. So you just get a chance to see my face, but there's a lot of people behind me supporting us and making this happen. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And again, if you are signing up for any of our programs, courses, coaching, consulting, reach out to our team and find out how we can help you. Tell us your problem and see if we can solve it. If we can't, we'll let you know we can't. Thanks so much. Have a good night.